If you're dating someone for a couple months or a couple years, your lives are going to overlap. And if you break up, it can leave you in a pretty rough position. Joint bank accounts, friends, pets, it can all become a bit of a mess. So here's our take on how to handle it. In the worst case, you may have to dip out of a group of friends that you've actually become quite close with. This can be really tough if your partner's friends are your main source of fun. But ultimately, it's just one of the things that you have to accept. You'll both have people that you're closer to and who are priorities in your life. Ideally, have a conversation about that. Just focus on who you actually want to spend time with. It's fine for you to hit up your ex's mate if you've developed a genuine friendship. But try to avoid asking your friends not to hang out with your ex. They have their own lives too and can make their own choices. Then there's family, which is like friends but often closer. Not to get repetitive, but this is also a good thing to chat to your ex about boundaries. Still getting coffee with your ex's mum, maybe going surfing with their brother, or just hanging out with them if you happen to be at the same bar. These all have different weights to them. But if your ex has said something like they feel weird about you doing those sort of things, it's probably best just to respect their choice and move on. Then you have pets. There are two options here. You can co-parent, which you have to understand is going to be logistically quite time-consuming and also potentially emotionally draining, even if you do the breaking up. Or make the decision and hand the dog over. While it can be difficult, you need to consider what's best for the animal first and foremost. And what if you live together? This is something that comes up that doesn't have as much flexibility as the other elements. Staying in the same flat or the same room isn't really an option. If you're in a good place with the person, you two can have a chat and see whether one of you wants to take over the room on their own. If things get difficult and your ex is bounced, depending on your tenancy agreement, it shouldn't really be your responsibility to be paying their rent. Best thing to do is contact your agent or landlord and let them know that someone has left the flat unexpectedly. And then there's money. Even if you really do trust your ex and you're trying to do things right, it's not really worth trying to navigate financial ties on your own merit. Maybe think of asking someone who's good with money to help you out. Or you could think of reaching out for more formal advice. Like these guys, the Citizens Advice Bureau. Ultimately, untangling your life from your ex isn't easy. It means packing boxes, awkward hellos, and big hard yarns. But it's the only way you can move forward.